Good morning, everyone. This is Father Nate, missionary priest in Italy. And thanks for joining us today, September 16th, on No Greater Delight, our podcast on Marian feast and Marian meditations. So today we have a great number of celebrations, as always, but to get us started, we'll take the lead of the Abbot Orsini, who points out they celebrate Our Lady of Good News or Good Tidings in Orleans in France. It says it was built by King Robert in the year 996, on the very spot where he learned the good news that his father Hugo had escaped death, right? They also say they celebrate Our Lady of the Rocks in Pasto, Colombia, and Our Lady of Help in Socorro, Colombia. We're going to spend our time focusing on a very particular and beautiful apparition, though, in Colombia later. They also celebrate, if we go to Massa in Toscana in Italy, they celebrate Madonna delle Grazie di Massa, right? So Our Lady of Graces of Massa, right? So this image of Our Lady of Graces, preserved in the shrine of the same name, is kept in the high altar, right? It shows Our Lady dressed in red with a white mantle, and in her arms she has the child Jesus, right? This devotion goes back to 1684, when a group of children and babies and young children, which in the thick woods of Volpignano, found this image, right, which was immediately recognized as miraculous. And it seems that took place on September 16th, 1684. They recovered the image, right? Another interesting image or celebration is the Matka Boska, the Mother of God, in Greifswald, in Ostelniczki Warbia in Poland, right? So founded in the 1300s, I'm told that the proper pronunciation is Getzalfut, whatever. To me, it looks like Greifswald. Lies among the gentle hills among the river Gilva in northeastern Poland, right? On one of these hills is the Marian Shrine, which is now a big complex, right? By 1500, they already celebrated the patronal feast on September 8th, the birth of Our Lady, and it was known for a miraculous image, an icon of Our Lady of God, right? It's a waypointing image which has angels underneath, or has angels holding a banner saying, Ave Regina Caelorum, Ave Domina Angelorum, Hail Queen of Heaven, Hail Queen of Mistress of the Angels. This image was crowned in 1717, right? Pilgrimages to this shrine started coming back in 1877, when two girls, Justina Safraninsky and Barbara Samulowski, had apparitions of Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception beginning on June 27th, right? And like a lot of these things, actually, it was an Immaculate Conception. They also paralleled Lourdes, right? They found a healing spring and messages in Polish stressing the importance of praying the rosary, right? On September 16th, 1877, the day of the final apparition, 50,000 people attended, and a statue of Our Lady was blessed and installed in a small chapel, right? It's interesting because at the time, Prussia ruled the region and had banned the use of Polish in schools, right? Local residents, as well as the Prussian officials, recognized the significance that the Queen of Heaven spoke in Polish, right? They considered it a divine mandate to use the native language. After 100 years of conversions and healings, the Catholic Church officially approved these devotions, this apparition, in 1977. I said we would go to Colombia for a very beautiful feast, and they celebrate Nuestra Señora de las Lajas in Potosí and Caldas, Colombia. Literally, that means Our Lady of the Flagstones, right? These thin stones, right? And this celebrates the first Mass at the apparition site in 1754. Okay, so what is this, right? Oral tradition says that this apparition of the image was actually the first miracle, right? In the 1800s, in the 18th century here, a native woman named Maria Moises de Quiñones carried on her back her deaf daughter, right? Because they were going from their town from one town to their house, right? So they just had to pass by, right? When the mother and daughter went along the path, all of a sudden the child spoke, right? She was deaf, and she said to her mother, mother, la mestiza me llama, like that mixed race woman calls me, right? So again, she was mute and she couldn't speak. But they ran to go and they went to go, like they told the people what happened. They went and told the priest, and they're like, well, like he didn't believe it, but the visions of Our Lady of this woman, this young girl, continued seeing this woman, and they indicated the place where they should go and find the image, right? And they said it was a very difficult search because it was kind of in the middle of nowhere. There were sharp cliffs and everything. So some people say like, oh, well, it must have been painted by the priest, but that doesn't make sense because of the way the image is, how beautiful it is. And it's been 150 years since like they found it, and it still looks beautiful, right? So yeah, if you get a chance to see it, it's quite interesting. I think Father Calloway talks about this particular image, which is very beautiful. It's not. Some people want to say, "Oh, it was made," but like you just wouldn't make an image in that place, right? It's I think he said as they carve away the rock, it actually becomes more clear, right? So it's like inside of the rock. Then we also celebrate Our Lady of Ransom in Vallarpadam in Kerala, India. This is the start of the novena for Our Lady of Ransom. And likewise, they celebrate Mataboska Królova Rodzin in Subcarpathia, Poland, in Subcarpathia. That's the Mother of God, Queen of the Family. The image itself dates back to the 1400s, but the statue was solemnly crowned in 2001. And so that's what we're celebrating today in the Marian world on September 16th. For today's reading from True Devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary by St. Louis de Montfort, we continue with Part 1 on devotion to Our Blessed Lady in general, and we continue with Section 1, Excellence and Necessity of Devotion to Our Blessed Lady. So we start today with point 32. This man and that man is born in her, says the Holy Ghost. Homo et homo natus est in ella. That's from Psalm 86, verse 5. According to the explanation of some of the fathers, the first man that is born in Mary is the man-God, Jesus Christ. The second is a mere man, the child of God and Mary by adoption. If Jesus Christ, the head of man, is born in her, the predestined who are the members of that head ought also to be born in her by a necessary consequence. One and the same mother does not bring forth into the world the head without the members, nor the members without the head, for this would be a monster of nature. So in like manner, in the order of grace, the head and the members are born of one and the same mother. And if a member of the mystical body of Jesus Christ, that is to say, one of the predestined, was born of any other mother than Mary, who has produced the head, he would not be one of the predestined, nor a member of Jesus Christ, but simply a monster in the order of grace. Point 33. Besides this, Jesus, being at present as much as ever the fruit of Mary, as heaven and earth repeat thousands and thousands of times a day, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus, it is certain that Jesus Christ is, for each man in particular who possesses him, as truly the fruit of the work of Mary as he is for the whole world in general. So that if any one of the faithful has Jesus Christ formed in his heart, he can say boldly, all thanks be to Mary. What I possess is her effect and her fruit, and without her, I should never have had it. We can apply to her more truly than St. Paul applied to himself those words, quos iterum parturior donec formitur Christus in vobis. I am in labor again with all the children of God, until Jesus Christ my Son be formed in them in the fullness of time. St. Augustine, surpassing himself, and going beyond all I have yet said, affirms that all the predestined, in order to be conformed to the image of the Son of God, are in this world hidden in the womb of the Most Holy Virgin, where they are guarded, nourished, brought up, and made to grow by that good mother, until she has brought them forth to glory after death, which is properly the day of their birth, as the Church calls the death of the just. O mystery of grace, unknown to the reprobate, but little known even to the predestined.